Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with me this Thursday morning, November 17th, 2022, here at Forex Smart Trade. Our goal is to change the trajectory of your life by making you financially independent, by teaching you how to be a successful currency trader. And we do that using our proprietary trading indicator, which is very, very accurate once you know how to use it. And we supplement that with personalized one-on-one training, which we believe is the best in the business and really the most efficient and effective way to learn currency trading. Yes, there are other ways you can learn, but time is money, and if you can learn it faster and make less mistakes, you will be that much ahead of the game. So with that, let us get into it. And you know what? I don't think maybe I did. Let's see here. We need to listen to this guy.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advanced written permission.
One of the great things about the program is that we do these live trades. We are here every day. If you're in a light program, we're here 3 times a week, where we have an experienced trader get online, do their analysis, and recommend a trade. So you can learn by watching someone who is good at it trade and walk you through what they're thinking about as they make their analysis. And 2, you can make your own judgment as to how well the indicators work when you know how to use them. When you are a regular member, we have sessions in the morning at 10. That tends to be a scalp trade. Another session at 6. That tends to be a longer term trade where they're going for 20 or 30 pips. And then again at 10 in the evening Eastern time, that usually is a 10 plus pip trade. And then again, the key to it is that continuous training, being able to keep connected with people who are talking about trading, giving you instruction on trading, giving you insight on trading. We do a session on Wednesday evening and another session on Saturday morning, so that you are constantly being given feedback, being able to ask questions, being able to get instruction, all of which contribute to you being able to do this well. So with that, I work off of a little checklist. Helps me. Where is my little? Oh, here it is. Helps me keep focused every morning. You should restart your green chart to clear out the memory so that it works fast and efficiently. And I also check my MetaTrader 4 connection. At the end of every day, I try to think about what I've done that day that I could have done better, both in life and in trading. Specifically in trading, I want to see what trades didn't go my way and go back and think about why that happened and what I could have done better. On Tuesday, again, we did not find Monday and Tuesday. We did not find any good trade setups. The good news is you only need, 2 or 3 good trades a day to make money, and the goal is to avoid losing money. So I'd rather err on the side of not taking a trade and not lose money than to be a little bit more aggressive and not take a trade that meets the setup that I'm looking for and make money. We are technical traders. Our indicators are based on the price action of the currency pairs. So, and they are very good at predicting when there are turns and there's going to be a move. However, news impacts currency prices. So we want to know when there are going to be news announcement that might impact so that we can trade around it. And we do that by taking a look at forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 categories: low impact, which is yellow, orange, which is medium impact, and red, which is high impact. And these red items are items I want to stay away from. And based on how I trade, I want to be out of something 2 hours before the news announcement, because I found that sometimes these news announcements, like specifically when it's like a report, like this Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, they've figured out what this number is before today. So it starts to leak out before the news is announced, and it impacts the price. So I don't want to get stuck on the wrong side of an announcement. So I just stay out of it. So we will not trade the USD this morning, although we will do our analysis on the USD, because even though my goal is to give you a trade, I want you to be able to fish, without me. So we will go through our analysis, but we won't take any trade on the USD. So with that, and then the rest of the day is all, there's nothing for the rest of the week. It looks like that's red that we've got to worry about. So with that, let's take a look at our analysis. And I am going to, we have a dozen different signals. The one I'm going to use is something called the 10-point signal. I use a 1-hour chart. You can use this signal on any of the indicators. I also use it on I use a modified version of it on the overnight trade that I send out. And I am looking for, I like to start my analysis when we've got at least 30 minutes into the chart, so the chart has time to form. On a 1-hour chart, a trade can be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. For me, the sweet spot is 10 or 11 pips. And if I can get 3 of those a day, I am doing very well. And on a 1-hour chart, I expect the trade to close within 1 to 3 hours. My goal is to get in and get out. The longer you're in a trade, the higher the risk gets. Now, if you're going for a long-term trade, obviously, if you're trading off of a day chart, it may take a day for you to get the 30 pips that you're looking for. And really, the strategy is just to get all the lines to line up. And I am counting the lines from each of the 3 sections. I need to have each of the 3 sections show me something for the trade to be worthwhile. So with that, let's get into it and see what we've got. The chart we're trading off of is the light 6 major, which is one of the standard charts. It and I am going to, this chart gives us 6 different currency pairs. They're all US based on a 1 hour candle. And I'm going to start with the middle section of the chart, the majors and minors. And I am looking for situations where the red and green line is the major indicator, the black and gray is the minor indicator. I am looking for a situation where the lines are either below this horizontal red line, which is the oversold line. When the market's oversold, that is a good time to buy. But specifically, I want the lines going up. In this case, the majors are going down. The minors have started to turn and go up. They're not going up that steeply, but I want everybody going up. I want agreement across everything. So I'm looking for situations where I'm below this red line or above this blue line. And when I'm above this blue line, I am looking. I want all the lines pointing down. So you can see, had I caught this up here, I could have rode it through the channel, and it's moved 72 pips. 72 pips over the course of 3 hours. I would have gotten my 10 pips in that first hour had I caught it up here. So can I get 10 pips when we're oversold? Sure. You can see we're oversold here. And I would have gotten 20. I could have gotten 27 pips. But as my trade plan is, I don't know when it's going to turn when it's down here, because it is going to turn. And I don't want to get stuck holding something. I don't know how many pips are available. It's a higher percentage trade if I can catch it up here and ride it down versus taking a trade down here. Now, sometimes will I take a trade down here? If I'm trading the Euro USD, maybe. But then I'll start looking at the other charts, the 2 hour, the 4 hour, and the day chart to see what that's telling me, to see if I can get a little bit more out of a move. But for now, we want to keep it simple. We want to just see our setup. Like I wouldn't trade this on the Australian USD because I don't trade that very often. So if I don't have what I'm looking for here, I'm just going to go on to the next chart. And usually, when the pairs all have the USD in them, if the trade isn't a good setup here, it's not going to be a good setup here or on any of them. Sometimes there'll be the pound might be a little different, or the yen might be a little bit different. But usually, if one is telling me there's no trade, there's not going to be a trade on any of the others. So here, Euro USD oversold. It is starting to turn. The majors are going sideways. Minors are starting to come up. So nothing there. Pound USD oversold. Everybody's minors are going sideways. Majors are still going down. USD Canadian here. The USD is on the front of the pair. So the chart is reversed. We're overbought. Minors are going sideways. Majors still going up. USD Swiss franc overbought. Minors coming down. Majors going sideways. So nothing there. And dollar yen overbought. Minors are starting to turn. They're sideways. Majors are still going up. Although the green line on the major is going down. So nothing there. So what I've done is I've cloned the chart, and now I've just got 6 different pairs that I can take a look at. These are going to be non-US pairs. Euro pound, we're in the middle. We're in the channel, going up. Australian dollar yen oversold. Minors going up. Majors still going down. I wouldn't probably trade this off of a 1 hour chart at this time of day, because it is in the middle of the night in Australia and Japan. Euro Canadian dollar oversold. Minors going up. Majors are kind of sideways. Green line is going up. Red line is it's verging on going up. I need three elements. The one element is that we're oversold. We have that. Two, everybody's going up. The majors aren't quite going up. And three is I want a double cross. I want the gray line over the black, which we have, and I want the red line over the green, which we don't have. So we're going to pass. This is almost, maybe it'll be ready next hour. Australian dollar, New Zealand miners have gone, they're oversold. Majors are going sideways, so nothing there. Pound yen. We are going down in the channel, and the euro, Australian dollar, sideways, overbought, miners coming down, majors sideways, so nothing there. Canadian dollar, yen, overbought, miners coming down, majors not quite yet, sideways. I want everybody coming down. I want a clear signal. I don't want to guess what it's going to do or anticipate that it's going to come down. I want to wait till it's telling me it's going to go down. To me, I'm willing to give up a few pips on the entry to make sure I have the direction correct. To me, it's more important to have the direction correct. If I have the direction correct, I'm going to make money. To try to squeeze that extra pip or two out of it by getting the exact entry point is less important. Now, that extra pip or two becomes more important if you're a scalper and you're only going for 3 pips. But as I'm going for 10, 11 pips, and sometimes I'll go up to 20 pips, I'm interested in the direction, not the specific entry. Euro New Zealand overbought, miners coming down, majors still going up. Pound New Zealand dollar. This is a nice signal. Overbought, everybody's coming down, and the black line has crossed over the gray, and the red line has crossed over. I also so I got 3 points here. I also like the steepness of the gray line. Pound, I'm just writing this down. New Zealand dollar for a sell. And I like the steepness of the green line. So let us, when I have 3 points here, I'm going to jump up to my TNTs and count how many lines are supporting what I'm seeing here. And I need to have a minimum of 3 of the 4 lines or 4 of the 4 lines. So the 2 orange lines are going down. They're telling me sell. Dotted blue is going up. When blue goes up, the blue lines are inversely related. So when blue is going up, that means sell. So 3 of the 4 are telling me sell. And I want actually I want down pressure. I want the lines going down. Right now, the pressure is sideways, but I have the red line on top. Red line on top gives me a point. So I've got 7 points here. 1 point from the pressure. And I also like this, that the green line is sloped down. It's going, it's less than horizontal. Red line is horizontal, but the green line is going down. So that's a plus. So I got a point here, 3 points here, and 3 points here. When I get 7 points, then what I am going to do is I want to confirm the setup. And I'm going to confirm the setup by looking at the 2 and the 4 hour chart. So we're going to go over here. And I'm going to put in pound New Zealand. And this chart just is showing me different time periods. So this is what we're looking at. And what I want to see on the 2 hour and the 4 hour is basically I want to see that we're both oversold. In this case, not only are we oversold, everybody is going down. Well, the majors are going down, minors are sideways, but I'm interested in what the majors are doing. So the majors are oversold, going down. And the reason I want to see this on both the 2 and the 4 hour is if for some reason this weakens up, I will still get the trade off of the longer time period. There's a higher chance it's just going to take me a little bit longer to make it. So rather than have the trade within 1 to 3 hours, I'm going to get the trade in maybe 2 to 6 or 3 to 12. But I'm still going to get the trade. My goal is to not lose. So when I see that they both are overbought here, I like that. So let's save this for a second. Now the question is, what is the trade worth? And to figure out what the trade is worth, I am going to take a look at a clean chart. And we are going to go to Great Britain Pound NZD. And I want to know where the support and resistance are. The support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. And those spots where the candles seem to naturally stop are important because that creates the trading boundaries of where I'm going to trade within. So I am going to kind of drop a line where I see spots where it seems to naturally spot. So it seemed to stop here, stopped in here a little bit, stopped in here, over here a little bit. And that becomes the limit of how many pips I'm going to take. Because again, since my goal is to get in and get out, and it takes a little bit extra for when it trades through these lines, because you can see how it's bumping in here, over here, over here, over here, over here. It takes longer for a trade if it has to trade through those lines. So as my goal is to get in and out, if I know where those lines are, I'm going to just set my take profit based on that. Over here, over here, over here. So now I'm going to kind of pull this back out. Now, the other thing I want to know is what the trend is. So here you can see there was kind of clearly an uptrend. Here you can kind of see there was clearly a downtrend. And here we're kind of sideways. Here we're kind of sideways. There's no clear trend. Up, down, up. I want to know where the trend is, because if I am trading against the trend, I am going to take less pips, because I don't want to get, like if I saw a buy signal in here somewhere and I took the buy, it keeps going down, I'm going to get stopped out. So let's take a look. And then once I see where we are, I want to know how many pips I've got available here. So I've got 35 pips till we hit here, and 59 pips. So 60 pips up, and that's 100 pips. That's kind of a big spread. I don't like such a big spread. Usually on an hour chart, it's about 40. Let me just drop in another one. So that makes a little more sense. So we've got, what did we say? 35 pips. Or 35 pips. Oh, come on. Oops, wait, get this off of here. So it hasn't closed on this side of the line is the only thing I don't like. Why is so down here is 28 to here is 13. Let's just save this a second and go back over and look at the chart here. Let's go ahead and take the pound NZD for 15 pips. Pound NZD for 15 pips. So I'm going to open my MetaTrader 4. I am going to pound NZD. I already have that open. Actually, let's see what the spread is real quick. The spread, wow, the spread is 9 pips. 8 pips. So the spread is very large here. So we've got to make 8 pips before we even get the break even. Let me just take a look. I want to see if we can get a few more. I think we'll go for 20 pips. We'll take 20 pips, and that'll cover the spread. So let us go back. So open up a pound NZD, go to new order. My lot size is going to be 1.14. So basically, I'm just moving the decimal spot over 4 places, 1.14. Market execution, it's going to be a sell. I'm not going to worry about the stop loss and take profit. Once the trade is recorded, I'm going to right-click on it, go to modify. I'm going to put 200 in here for 20 pips. Press copy as. And it does the math to figure it out. And we're going to use I'm going to use a 3-to-1. So I'm going to put 60 pips, which is 600 points. Click here. It does the math. Click modify. It puts it in, and then I can see I have it. I like that we're just outside of where it's traded at. And we will wait our 1 to 3 hours, and we should get that. Let's see if we got any questions. So John is saying sometimes unassociated pairs move on U.S. news.
Which broker are you using?
Just please mute yourself. I will get to your question. Let's see here. John says sometimes he notices moves on unassociated pairs when he has an open trade. So sometimes when the U.S. There's news on the U.S., it causes kind of a ripple effect against the other pairs. And when he sees that prospective news item, he'll, because it's out of the ordinary, so that he doesn't get stopped out, he'll expand his stop loss, which I sometimes do. It's not a, if you're a new trader, John's a pretty experienced trader. If you're a new trader, I wouldn't do that until you know what you're doing. But sometimes I will move my stop loss because I'm still confident in the signal, but there's something that's causing a little bit more variation and I don't want to get stopped out, but I know the move is going to go in the direction that I want. So to prevent against those little, when it breathes like that. We don't recommend brokers, but the broker that we use when you're trading our funds is Coinex. We have vetted them. Coinex is located in the United Kingdom. There are a couple advantages to using a broker outside the U.S. versus inside the U.S. One is that they give you greater leverage. In the U.S., brokers are limited to 50 to 1 leverage. Outside the U.S., you can get 500 to 1. We have you trade at 200 to 1. And it's because of that leverage. That's one of the reasons that you're able to get a little bit better, earn extraordinary returns because you're trading using someone else's money. The flip side of that is your protection becomes even more important because even though you can make money faster, you can lose money faster. So that's why the risk management becomes that much more important. Let's see if we got anything else. Hold on a second. Do I ever trade overnight on Sunday? Yes, I do. Usually, I do an overnight trade on Sunday, but I don't send it out because it's a bit of work, and I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to do it because it's the weekend. But sometimes, right before I go to bed, say around 8 or 9, I will take a look at the charts and see if I see a setup on that overnight trade that I like. I don't like to trade right when it opens, although we used to do a trade, or the company used to do a trade on Sunday evenings. They don't do it anymore, but they call it a gap trade, where they are looking for if any of the pairs open up with a gap. So it closed here and then it opened here, so it's not opening at the same spot. There is a greater than 70% win rate that the price will eventually close that gap and go back down to where it started. If the gap is big, generally try to getting all of it. You might not, but you can get half of it. I don't do the gap trade that much because I'm not sitting there when the market opens. And then once the market does open, you need to wait for the spreads to come down a little bit, because when the market first opens, the spreads are large. But once the spread comes down, they would do that gap trade. But going back to your question, I do that overnight trade, but it's usually closer to about 9 o'clock when I take it. Do I look at the volume? I do look at the volume. I consider whether it's morning time in the markets that I'm trading in, and usually if it's not morning time, I will not trade it. So I wouldn't trade the Australian dollar yen. I did take that pound New Zealand dollar. It's evening time in New Zealand, but it's lunchtime in England. So I did take that trade because there's still, it's morning there, or, there's still trading hours left. And then each of the pairs, as you get to trade, have a certain volatility to them. And the ones that have more volatility, you need to think about that as you set your stop loss. So, for example, the signal I use on the Euro USD for that overnight trade, I generally use a 3-to-1 stop loss, or a little over 3-to-1. That doesn't work on the pound yen. Pound yen is that much more volatile. So I can get stopped out in the trade on a 3-to-1. It's only accurate, say, 70% of the time, where the trade on the Euro US dollar is accurate 90% of the time. So you have to use a bigger stop loss for the trade for that trade to work, which is what I do. But I'm still making sure I'm confident in it before I start sharing it. But if you've noticed, you'll see a pound yen trade in my daily trade results, and that's coming from that overnight trade. Okay, gang, we're a little out of the money still, but I am confident in our trade. You noticed the one thing I did say is I didn't like that we were sitting right on the line. I prefer to have it have crossed this line, or to be on the inside of this line before we took the trade. So it may take more than 3 hours for it to go, because it didn't break. But our stop loss is outside of these two lines. It's up here somewhere. So the chances are we won't get stopped out, because even if it goes up, it'll bounce on this line. But that is why I like to know where these lines are. So I'm already telling you that I kind of broke one of my trading rules by taking the trade while we were sitting on the line. Normally, I don't want to do that. I want to make sure it's closed on the other side of the line, so that we're in the channel where I'm trying to take profit. But given the strength of these signals, I think we're going to be all right. So you see it softened up. It softened up. We're still good here. I know the minors are going up, but it's the major that I'm indicated in. And we've got this, the red is crossed over here on the majors. So this usually indicates we're going to get a red candle. So it's just going to take a little bit longer. All right, gang, thanks for joining me this morning. We will see you again Monday evening. We are here to make you good traders. If you have questions and want to speak to me, you can schedule a time by going to forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. forexsmarttrade.com/schedule. Thanks so much, and we will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.